Good afternoon, it's Bev at Planetcrochet. This afternoon I'm going to show you how to do a granny stripe. I showed this last week, how to do the border, the wave border, that's on another video. And it was put on this small granny stripe principle like a blanket. So it is in multiples of 3 plus 2. So depending on the width you want, like you saw my runner in my previous video, that was quite wide. That was so you would probably measure how far you want to go, how the width and the length, to see how many you do. But it's 3, 3 and then plus 2 at the end. Now, as I've said in previous videos, when I start a row project, I can see on this one, and off camera it looks more on off camera, you see a slight arc, and the reason I found for that is if you don't make the chain at the beginning loose. So for this yarn, this is Stylecraft Pale Rose, it recommends on the band a 4mm hook. But I found over years, I've been crocheting 6 years, if I use the 4mm in the chains and carried on, which is fine, I get this arc and I don't like it. So what I do is I go up half a size bigger in the hook and it eliminates that. You can use what it says for the wool, you can use that for the yarn, the hook size, and make your chains loose. Now I've said this on a few videos, I found that hard to do, and then it were a friend that recommended me to go up half a hook size to make something either loose or a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chain 36 and then plus 2. So when I've done that, I'll get back to you. So there you have it, 36 plus 2. So I need to take that one off and put the other one on. So how we start is we're going to miss the first 2 chains. So remember this chain on the hook, that's not a stitch. So we'll miss the first 2 and we're doing double crochet, and this is UK terminology, into the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3. So there's your first. Now as a tip, I would put a stitch marker in that there, in the 2 chains you've missed, because when you come back you don't have to find it if you're a beginner. That's what I used to find helpful for myself, is putting stitch markers in places. And then it's 1 double crochet in each of your chains you've made. So they look big, the chains. If you did a row of not a row really, but if you did a chain of chains in 4mm and 4.5, you'll see there's a slight difference. And it's easier to get my hook inside the chain. It's not sticking. I am a little warm today, so it's a bit warmer today in Yorkshire, which is nice. So you need 1 double crochet into each of your chains. So you will have, well, I'm doing just 36, but whatever width you want, remember it's multiple of 3 plus 2. So it doesn't matter how wide you go, it's up to you with your project. And that's one good thing with this project. It's a personal choice, and you can adapt it to, say, a baby's Moses basket. You don't want a really wide blanket as you might want it for the pram or a carry cot or even a cot. and also a bed, single bed or a double bed. That'll be quite wide, but you know, it's endless. So I'm near the end. So double crochet, that's UK terms. Oops, sorry. Last two. 1 and 2. So there you go. So if you have watched my previous videos, I do like to do 2 chain loosely, not 3, but that will class as a treble. Turn your work. You want another treble in the base of that, where that treble, that chain starts, but it is classed as a treble. So that's 2 treble in the first stitch. You want to miss 2, 1, 2, then 3 treble in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. So it's 2 treble, miss 2, 3 treble cluster in the next stitch. And we need to do this all the way across. So you miss 1, miss 2, and hit, if you like, 3 treble into 1 stitch. I won't bore you with going all the way across again, so I will come back when I have got 3 stitches left at the end. So I've gone to the end, missed 2, 3 treble cluster all the way, then you have 3 stitches left, 1, 2, and the 2 chain at the end. So miss 2, and you need 2 treble to match the other side. So this is where, if you put a, I can see it, but if you put a clip in one of the chains or the top chain, you can, it's easy to find if you're unsure where to put your hook. So you need 2 chain, and that's your first row of treble clusters. The next row is, as I've said, 2 chain. You put 3 if you want 3. I like 2, and it's just the 1 treble to start, and then we go straight into these gaps. So we want 3 treble clusters again. Looks a bit bunched up at the moment, but it does, as time goes on and you go higher, it does flatten out. It's always a little bit fiddly at the beginning until you get going. So I'll finish off camera doing to the end, and I'll show you how to copy the same at this end, this one. So I've gone all the way across, and we need 1 more treble in the end. So top of your turning chain from the previous row, in the top, make your treble, and that finishes that row off. So your next row, turning chain, 2 or 3 chain, it's up to you, and you want 1 more treble, and we're going to place it between the 3 treble cluster and the last treble. So that's 2 at the beginning of this row. So you have 2, 1, 2, and then 3 treble cluster in the spaces. or gaps, however you want to call them. I've made a few of these over the 6 years. I've done a little dolly blanket, so it's not much wider than the sampler I did last week. So I'll go across off camera again and I'll meet you back at the end. So I have got to the end and we just need to put 2 double crochet at this end. So in this gap, the last gap, one, oops, missed 1, 2. So that balances it out. And as you go on, it does go straight. You can't see it because I've put this double crochet border on this, because then I'm going to keep this as a sampler and I can do future videos and do different borders. So like I've said before, with this granny stripe, you can keep one colour, solid colour, and then you could do a contrasting border like you see here, all the way around. It's endless the way you can do things. It's really versatile, is the granny, this and the solid. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial this afternoon. So from me and Monkey at Planet Crochet, we'll catch you in another video. Bye for now.